Last Thanksgiving, my father stood up in front of 30 relatives and grounded me like I was a disobedient child because I asked what my grandmother left me in her will. The entire room laughed at me. My face burned so hot I could feel my pulse in my teeth, but I looked him dead in the eye and said one word, all right. And the next morning when he knocked on my bedroom door smirking saying, finally learned your place, he saw the empty room. No clothes, no suitcase, no me, and before he could dial my number, the doorbell rang, and the family lawyer was standing on the porch trembling holding a briefcase full of documents my father never knew existed saying, Mr. Brennan, what have you done? And what he'd done was spend 3 months filing fraudulent petitions to steal my $620,000 trust fund that my grandmother Eleanor left me in an irrevocable trust 8 years ago. And irrevocable means exactly what it sounds like, which is my father as trustee couldn't change. The beneficiary couldn't touch the money, couldn't do anything except watch me inherit everything, including the family house on Hawthorne Street that he thought was his, but was actually my grandmother's and now mine, and mine because she knew he'd try this, knew he'd favor my golden child brother Garrett over me. Knew he'd dismiss me and belittle me and treat me like I was worth $5,000 while giving Garrett everything. So she planned, hired attorney Harold Caldwell, created Ironclad Trust, got cognitive evaluation proving she was fully competent, and left me a letter in my childhood bedroom that said wait until the right time. And the right time was Thanksgiving when my father assembled 32 relatives to announce his fake version of the will. Except I showed up with the real documents with the notarized trust, with the email chain where Garrett wrote to our father, she won't fight it, she never fights anything, that's the beauty of a dad. And when Harold Caldwell read that line out loud in front of everyone, when he showed the proof that my father lied to the court claiming he couldn't locate me when I was sleeping in his house, when great aunt Judith said Eleanor told me about the trust 8 years ago, she knew Richard would try to take it, my father's glass of port wine slipped from his hand and shattered on the floor. And in that silence, I finally understood that my grandmother hadn't just left me money, she'd left me vindication. And vindication tastes better than any inheritance ever could.